Today we're going to talk about exploring accommodations in Bloomington, Indiana. And that means maybe you're coming in to visit your student at Indiana University, or maybe you're alumni coming back for a football game or a basketball game, or maybe you are an alumni and want to move back here and you just want to check out what Bloomington's like now. Or you could be coming in for an interview with Indiana University or Crane or Catalent or Cook Medical. Any of those things, I am going to give you the facts about the accommodations in Bloomington. So stick around to the end. We've got a lot to discuss and it's coming right up. My name is Wendy Kohlmeyer. I'm with the B-Town Realty team. I do videos all about living, playing, sleeping, working, eating in Bloomington every week. So be sure and like and subscribe right now. Reach out to me. All my contact information is below. I will be glad to help you. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is hotels in Bloomington. There aren't that many, right? So there's a few downtown, and what I did was I did a little bit of a comparison. At the time of this video, I was looking at the weekend of November 3rd through 5th, which Indiana has a football game here playing against Wisconsin. So 2 months, I started researching in September, and this is what I found from my research. So most of the hotels that I looked at were booked. Okay, so the Graduate still had some rooms left. They had queen rooms for $1,344 per night. They had suites available earlier in the week, and they were $2,700 per night. So the Graduate is like a boutique hotel, and they have different room themes, and some of them are Hoosiers. It's kind of retro. They have if you're familiar with the television show Stranger Things, they have a Stranger Things room. So it's really kind of a neat concept, but you've got to decide if $1,300 or $2,700 is neat enough to make a reservation there, right? I looked at the Biddle Hotel at the Indiana Memorial Union. They were completely sold out, so I couldn't get any pricing at all for them. Century Suites, which is a kind of like a little house or townhouse concept over on the east side of town. It's right at the corner of 46 and 446, directly on the east side of town. And they were running $400 a night. Most of those have like a hot tub in the bathroom and private entrances, and they're all unique. So there was that. Hyatt Place was sold out, and a couple others that I looked at were also sold out as well. So that's kind of it for hotels, and what you have to weigh there is the convenience and ease of booking. You can do it right online, right? There's some consistency in service and amenities. You get housekeeping every day. You might get room service. I don't know about Century Suites, but most of those you will get that consistency of housekeeping and room service. The cons are that they're generally more expensive than other options, which we're going to go into, like Airbnb or short-term rental. And you also have limited space and parking, so you won't be able to cook any of your own food or anything like that. Now at Century Suites, I believe you can, but other than that, that's what the hotels are like. So short-term rental, I looked at the Airbnb site. There are several others, VRBO and different ones like that, but I spent some time looking at the Airbnb site for the same weekend. And rooms in Bloomington, I did find one as low as $300 a night, but to me, it looked like nothing I would want to stay at. So there's that to consider. But the rooms went all the way up from a single room to a house to a very large house for a lot of people. And the top end of the Airbnbs that were available were $5,200 per night. So honestly, who's going to pay that? Unless you have a group of people that are going to split the bill, right? I mean, that's just, for most of us, that's kind of just off the table. The pros of the Airbnb are that you're going to get a place that you can cook and you don't have to eat out every meal. You can have your family there if you choose to get a house with certain accommodations and things like that, and it's private. Now, if you want to have a party after the game, you're probably not going to do that because they kind of shut all that down after COVID, and you're not allowed to bring other people onto the property without letting the host know. Now, the downside to the Airbnb aspect is that you won't get anybody coming in and cleaning up after you every night, but you're still paying that high rate. And also, you really need to read all the reviews because some of them are a little sketchy, where they just might not be as clean as what you were expecting. Also, there seems to be a trend of hidden cameras in different rooms and Airbnbs that I've found out about, and now you can go and swipe mirrors and things like that to see if there's a camera in the bathroom mirror. You will have authentic local experiences, which is always good with a local Airbnb, but you also, cancellation is kind of a hassle, and a lot of times it's non-refundable, so you pay your fee, and then if you have something come up, you can't get your money back. So you will have to have some kind of travel insurance, something like that. There's also limited availability, so you have to book pretty early to get something close to campus or something more of what you're looking for. If you are looking to come to Indiana University to visit your student and you're planning on coming 4 or 5 times a year, you might consider purchasing, because it's actually going to save you money from some of these high hotel and Airbnb rates. It just kind of depends. I mean, if you're coming once a year, well, yeah, that wouldn't be for you. But with purchasing, you have the option of buying something that you can afford. And yes, you do have to put money down and you have to furnish it. There's those type of things, but I have had a lot of people come in the past and they bought a condo because they want that condo to be able to stay when they come and visit their students. Their students could possibly be freshmen at IU and they have to live in the dorm the first year, but after that first year, they're planning on moving their student to the condo. It's just going to save them a lot in luxury high-end student rental fees, and they will be able to sell it. And the way the real estate goes in Bloomington, they're going to be able to profit off of keeping it for 4 years. And some people go on to rent it after their student leaves and have a nice little rental income. Now, if you do decide to rent it and you feel comfortable, you can even put it as an Airbnb and get a little rental income on the weekends when you're not there. You will have to hire a property management company. Unless you feel comfortable with property management, you're going to have to furnish it with everything. Plates, linens, napkins, silverware, all the things, right? So you just have to keep that in mind, but also you will have to get somebody to maintain the lawn and do snow removal if we have snow. It's been light the last couple of years, but you never know. You're gonna have to deal with that. Also, you will need to check with local laws and permitting issues. You'll have to go through and make sure that you're compliant with Bloomington's laws on that. Now, as far as renting out the Airbnb, or if you chose to rent this out, you're gonna have all kinds of student events. So there's Little 500, there's graduation, there's just a ton of events throughout the fall and spring, and then in summer they've got all kinds of student orientations, so people are coming in for the summer and they're looking for places close to IU that they can stay without breaking the bank, right? So that could be an option for you as well. It could be a nice little rental income. So to wrap this up, you really need to think about what you're in it for. Are you good with paying high prices at hotels or Airbnbs, or do you have the money to purchase another home and be able to fix it up cute so you can advertise it on Airbnb and keep it as a weekend home that you can rent out and then come visit your student and not have any issues? Or let your student live there once they get past that whole living in the dorm for the first year. There's just a lot of possibilities, and that's what you're going to look at when you come to visit Bloomington. So let me know how you like this video. I'd appreciate comments below, and let me know if I can help you out.